Lay back, relax, enjoy it all. Saturday night, it's time to say no more. S&M with Tally and KRC. Come pleasure or pain, welcome to the stream.
Hey everyone, welcome to S&M. I'm Eve. This is Tally,
Hi.
and
I'm very shiny.
our special guest today is none other than Ranting Monkey.
Hello.
How's everyone doing tonight or today? It's not night yet. Not for me anyway.
Questionable, I want to say.
Questionable.
The politest questionable, I want to say. I want to stab everyone and everything, and the whole world needs to die.
That's aggressive.
Wow. Rough day?
Yes, you could
Oh.
say that.
Ryan says, "Holy crap, Monkey got fat." Yeah, he just kind of lets loose in Discord. Just kind of lets himself hang out in Discord. Isn't that right, Monkey?
Yes, this is Monkey without the corset.
Oh, goodness me. So how's everyone doing?
I'm okay. Just was hanging out with the baby. That's why I was a little bit late. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But she needed her papa time, so.
Aw. Which one is
she-
it? Little Butt?
No, this is Pumpkin.
Oh.
Wait, you've got a baby?
No, I have a
Wait.
grandbaby.
Oh, how many babies are there?
I have 3 children and 3 grandchildren now.
3 grandchildren now. Jeez.
Ah.
Yes,
So I knew
Little
about-
Butt has a sister.
I knew about Little Butt and I knew about Pumpkin. What's the third one? I've not been
Peanut.
kept up with you, huh?
Peanut.
Peanut? Oh.
Oh my god, I used to call my little in Peanut.
Well, her mom called her that, and it just kind of stuck with me because, like, yeah, that's the little Peanut.
Well, when I was pregnant, he actually looked like my first scan. I thought I was 6 weeks. It turns out I was actually 3 weeks.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I found out very early. So when I went for what I thought was the 12-week scan, it was actually the 9-week scan. And at 9 weeks, he just looked like a little peanut. So he was nicknamed Peanut.
No, I just went with her mom's version of what she was calling her.
So it's Pumpkin, Little Butt, and Peanut. I love it.
Those are my girls.
That's so adorable. Like, I've heard. I don't think I've heard either of the other two. I guess they're too young to really say much of anything at the moment.
Well, like, yeah, the Pumpkin is finally getting to where she's, and it's sorry, people. Kids aren't interesting. They're just cute when they're little.
Mhm.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
they
start
don't
to get
do
interesting.
much. They just kind of lie there and look really cute.
Yeah, and Pumpkin's starting to get where she's getting interesting, and she's afraid of everything. I don't know why, but like she won't go in our kitchen right now because last time she was over, apparently, my wife made milkshakes for everybody, and it scared the crap out of this poor child. So now she won't go in the kitchen, and she doesn't like anybody else being in there either. I was getting my lunch ready because my son had brought me lunch during my stream, and I had to go up and reheat it. And the whole time in the show, like what? She's like, no, what? And then my wife, she goes, yeah, we made milkshakes. I'm like, you traumatized my child. How dare
How old
you?
is she? How old is
She's a
she?
year and a half.
Ah, that's the age when they start to get into everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's really nice. She's a very timid child. Where Little Butt will get into everything. She don't care. And she's been that way the whole time.
You know what? I love kids from like newborns up until they're like 5. And then from like 5 to 18, they can just fuck off.
I like them once they start getting interesting, and that's like little, but she's 5 right now. She just turned 5, and just have the cutest little conversations with her. They start to know everything about 5.
Yeah. And they talk back, which is why 5 is the cutoff point for me, especially when it comes to other people's kids. Unless they are a very close friend of mine, like it's a kid of a very close friend of mine. Like I'm not a big fan of kids after the age of 5. I mean, they look cute at like 5, 6, 7, 8. They look cute, but they talk back and they're little shits.
Other people's kids, yeah, it's different. While these aren't my children, they're still my grandchildren, so there's that
They're
connection.
still your babies. They're
Right.
still your babies. They are still a close relation.
But you're right. If you're talking about other people's kids, like get that kid under control.
Right.
With mine, it's like let them do whatever they want. Damn it.
Exactly.
I did find out very quickly that silence is golden unless you have a small child in the house. Then it's very
yes.
suspicious. Like I was doing the dishes in the kitchen and it's like, hang on a fucking minute. I do not have a toddler trying to climb my legs. This is not a good thing.
No, they're
So I
usually
went
up to something.
Yeah, I went into the living room and on this rack here, I've got DVDs, like all DVDs and that. What he had done is he had gone through all of the DVDs on this thing and he had pulled them all out, all of the DVDs off the shelves, opened the cases and was pulling the discs out, and he was sitting on top of a pile of discs.
Yeah, when they get quiet, you have to go see what they're doing. And the best part is they're very devious about it.
Oh yeah, they are. There was actually one occasion where it was like, he's quiet. Why is he quiet? I don't like how quiet he is. And I found him in his bedroom just making a mess with toys. It's just like, you know what? I'm okay with this quiet.
Now, I was watching my niece one time and she got very quiet. I'm like, what the heck? And I turn and look and she has grabbed my daughter's makeup and is wearing about half of it. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
You know what? My son used to watch me put my makeup on every morning. And I was, again, doing stuff in the kitchen. And it's just like, he is very quiet. So I went looking for him and I found him in the living room and he had my lipstick. He had eaten my favorite lipstick.
Oh.
He had 2 of my lipsticks. One of them I was able to salvage. My purple was just ruined. He'd actually but he'd put it all up around his cheeks here, and I mean, he was going for the right place. He was just a bit with it. And he'd had my liquid eyeliner out as well. And the liquid eyeliner, again, he got it in the right place because it was all like around the eyes, but it was like across the forehead.
I just went for that extra.
Kinda got it. He was kind of in the right sort of area.
Kinda, sorta. Maybe.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. Yeah, he kind of got it. I was kind of proud. But then I saw that he ate my lipstick and I was, like, heartbroken.
Oh. There was
But yeah, that time I found him sitting on the floor in his bedroom with his back to the door so I could just peer in and I could see him. It's just like, you know what? I'm cool with this. I'm not even going to question it.
I mean, yeah. I don't have kids, but I have dogs. And when they're too quiet, I go, what y'all getting into? What you chewing on over there, Happy? Like right now, what are you chewing on, Happy? What are you doing? She's not even looking at me.
I'm actually quite surprised Happy hasn't made an appearance.
She did just a second ago. You didn't
does.
see her.
Oh, that was before we actually went live, so we weren't actually
No, while you and Monkey were sitting here talking, she just hopped up here in my lap, and I just petted her for a little while, and then she hopped back down. Chat saw her. They commented.
Oh.
You just missed it. I bet even Monkey saw her.
I don't have the stream itself open.
You're not even looking at our wonderful faces, monkey.
No, I can't. I have crappy internet.
Oh, that's right.
Do you want me to be able to talk to you
That's true.
or see you?
I'm thinking. Hang on.
I mean, I'm wearing a lot of highlighter, so
No, I will have to watch later to see anything that went on.
That's fine.
yeah, that there is a lot of highlighter going on.
Callie's trying to signal some planes.
See, you don't get men doing that. We don't like highlight our balls. I feel like we should.
Probably.
I've even got highlighter for my hair. It's like a powder that you put in the roots and it highlights the roots.
Yeah, I don't highlight anything. I'm just me.
I mean, you
My
had that epic,
personality highlights.
you had that epic monkey face. I was trying to make our thumbnail in the middle of the night last night, like literally at like 2 or 3 o'clock this morning. And I didn't know if you were still awake, so I was like, I can't DM him and hope that I get him to send me his monkey
I
head
got
so that I
smoke of
can
the eye. I got smoke of the eye.
put it in the thumbnail.
Ah!
So, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So I went on Twitter, I copied your thumbnail off of your icon off of there, but it had this white background. I was like, fuck, I don't know how to do Photoshop. I know how to do Photoshop, but I don't know how to do Photoshop. If you get what I'm saying.
I get you, yeah.
So
Polydub, help us.
that was pretty much what happened. Is I ended up actually having Kefki, because she was in voice chat with me. I'm like, Kefki, can you fix it? And she's like, yeah, sure. And so she cuts it out for me. And then Polly came and it's like, okay, look, I'm gonna show you how to do this, so you don't have to freak out again when you need to cut something out of a background. I was like, please and thank you.
Yeah, especially with a white background. Really easy to do.
It really was once
Now-
he showed me how to do it, but
I have no idea what I'm doing with any of that.
I didn't either.
No idea.
That's why he walked me through and said, okay, here's why you go here, and this is why we do this, and that's one thing I like about the way about how Polly explains how to do something, is he takes the time to explain to you why you're doing it. And that matters a lot to me.
Oh,
Because-
so you don't actually have to explain it to me like I'm 5.
Well, it's just more of a, when I'm being taught how to do something, I like to know why I'm doing it this way, so that I understand its function and why it works the way it works, not just, we always do it this way, so that if the cycle ever breaks, I can maybe figure out, okay, how do I work around this? Well, if this doesn't work, then maybe I can do the similar process over here and get to where I need to go and get what I need done. So I'm that way with my jobs. I'm that way when I'm learning anything, you know. But
Yeah,
Polly-
I need to know why. And sometimes I feel like a jackass, but no, why are we doing it this way?
Mhm.
And sometimes it just there is a reason. Sometimes it's not.
Well, sometimes I just like people to break shit down for me like I am 5.
Assassin said I can help with graphics as well if you ever need it. It was just more of a, I was trying to do it in the middle of the night last night, Assassin, and I was just like, no
I
one's
can
around.
guarantee you, Assassin would have been awake.
So if you guys saw Monkey's head cut out in the thumbnail right there and looking real nice and big because I was able to cut that white box out from around it, that was Miss Kefki's work, so not mine.
Yay.
No, actually,
But-
as soon as our game stream was done last night, my ass went to bed. It took me a little while to fall asleep. Not bad, but yeah, I told you when you asked me if I'd do this, I'm not sure because normally I'm asleep at this time.
Yeah.
But I had just a weird happenstance about 3 days ago. I just started sleeping at normal times. I'm like, I don't like this. I missed the night.
I
And-
get like that.
I miss being a vampire.
I get like that. Yeah.
No, literally, I miss being a vampire. That LARP is over. I'm a werewolf now.
Do you?
Now see, I just need to get more like clothes with bat wings because
With being a werewolf now, do you go the whole spirit gum and hair thing, or?
Oh no, that's too much effort.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
I just wander around and pretend to not understand technology. Because I was
That works.
the character is she was born a wolf and she shifts into a human form, so it's interesting. So she walks
I made
around
a D&D
going,
character for my son.
"Oh
He
yeah,
wanted to be a werewolf. I still haven't made the campaign. I still haven't made the map. I haven't done shit. I've made the character sheets. I made a basic bitch cleric and a werewolf. It's not really a werewolf, it's a bugbear. He doesn't need to know that though. He's 6. He doesn't care. It's a bugbear barbarian. I'm just gonna tell him it's a werewolf.
Close enough
Yeah.
for a
I mean,
6-year-old.
bugbears look like werewolves, sort of.
When you say you haven't got the campaign, what are you doing?
I have no idea, but I need to make something that is so easy a 6-year-old can do it.
Gotcha.
You can play pretty fast and loose when it comes to kids, especially at 6 like that. You don't want to go too heavy on the rules. You want to have some dice rolls, but make it very simple. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
okay, you roll. What did you get? Did you get a 20? If you got a 20, good, you win. If you got a 15, well, you did pretty good. If you got like a 1, you failed. Something happens. But you also don't want to make the consequences as severe because, like I said, kids,
Yeah.
they're more worried about having
Well,
a good
see,
story
now
told than they are about
Now, see,
winning.
that's why I've got the basic bitch cleric. So if he does fail miserably, the basic bitch cleric can come in and save him.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah,
you can fudge
I've
rolls
made
on
it
that kind of
pretty-
stuff too. Not even have to worry about it. It's like, oh, he heals you for half your health. That's not how that works.
Yep.
But you writing the rules for this because it's for him. He's 6. And you want him to have a good experience.
I've successfully nerdified my 6-year-old.
Now, did he did he ask to play?
Yes.
That's cool.
Because she talks
Yeah.
about it all the time. And it's something mom does, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he likes to play games on my phone, and he tried to open Roll20. It's just like, no, sweetie, that's not that kind of game. And he's like, well, what kind of game is it? It's like, it's a game where you have characters and you play with a board, like a map, and you go on adventures. And he's like, I want to play. It's like, okay, we'll make you a character and we'll figure it out for you. It's like, I want to be a werewolf. Okay. He really likes werewolves.
What are you talking about, Ray? Speaking of role playing, whose shit still needs fixing? I don't know who
Who?
you're talking about.
Broke shit.
I don't know.
I'm always breaking shit.
Heh.
Like my living room door, like the bottom hinge is broken because I've lost my shit a lot of times and just kicked that door shut.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom hinge, it's in the door frame, but there's no wood actually holding the screws in place. I break shit when I have a bad mood. Like there's a gnome outside my front door. I shattered him. I took the fire poker outside, and I just went, you know what? Fuck this shit. I grabbed the fire poker, went outside, and just smashed the shit out of the garden gnome. I felt so much better. I felt so much better afterwards. It was an ugly gnome.
I want to say something, but I
Why
won't.
the no?
Why the gnome? Because he was in the way, Monkey.
No,
Gnome
had
just
it coming.
because it was something that I could smash, and I wouldn't feel guilty about it.
All right.
I've got a few garden ornaments outside that, yeah, I just smash the shit out of them when I'm in a bad mood. That, like, most of my garden ornaments are broken anyway because they're really old and they came with the house. So, break them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a great stress reliever. It's a yeah, highly recommend it. If you're feeling a bit like stabbing someone, just go outside with a big stick and smash the shit out of some gnomes.
I'd have to get garden gnomes first.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I don't feel like spending money on those.
Nah.
You can get them for dead cheap. You can get them at like the dollar store. They're like this big. And you just go, you know what? I fucking hate your face.
Elias says that gnome had a wife and 4 children.
I'm not opposed to breaking things. I'm opposed to buying something specifically to break it.
What you said.
Have the people buy it so you can break it. Like, doesn't Sinatra have like people send him stuff that he'll take to the range and shoot?
Sure, but that's them doing it.
Well, that's the thing is you should set up a PO box, have people send you things that you can destroy.
Yeah.
So.
I'm too lazy for that.
It's true. I know that feeling.
Again, not that I'm opposed to smashing shit. I enjoy it actually.
How many episodes of this did we do, Tally? And only just last week at episode 11 did we actually get over to using Discord and having an OBS set up and nice pretty stream. We've just been using StreamYards because we've been lazy. About 10 episodes.
We did 9 or 10. 9 or 10.
First 10 episodes was all in StreamYards because I'm like, yeah, I'll get OBS set up with a nice little, because we got our little symbol right up there. People in there will see it, but yeah.
I do like this layout so much more though. It's great.
I do too. It's a lot more. It's a lot cleaner. I actually want to get a few more like effects going around the edge of the screen. I need to finish those. I'm still trying to work out how to make that work, but I think it's gonna look real good.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. We're not gonna have like the screen as busy as it was on S&M. We're not gonna do that.
Well, you mean as busy as it was in Golden Age? No, I won't have GIFs and stuff. It'll be more of just an overlay of a.
Just
effect.
like that sort of thing.
Check says
How
why
long
is
have you guys been?
Huh?
I was gonna say, how long have you guys been doing the show now?
Oh, this is our 12th episode, so
12 weeks.
yeah, no, it'd be 3 months now. That's 3 months. Crazy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't feel like it's been that long.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just every Saturday since for the past 12 weeks. So.
Yeah, I've quite enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we've been having a blast with it. Just even when it's just me and her on here. But your first stream says 2 months ago. Well, it's not quite 3 months exactly to the day, but it is 12 Saturdays ago. So.
Which is 3 months.
Yeah. Because
You can't go by YouTube's timeline, people.
Yeah, look at the date that it was posted.
Yeah, you've got to remember, YouTube's stupid.
Mm-hmm. It'll estimate and get close.
Yeah.
So even if it's 2 months, it'll say 2 months up until it hits 3 months exactly. But even if it's 2 months, 29 days, and 23 hours till, it'll say 2 months. So.
Yeah. It rolls it rounds down instead of up.
Czech also wants to know why Monkey is tan, and then Lion says it's because he walked out in the sunlight for 10 minutes.
I did. I was outside yesterday for a little bit.
You're assuming Monkey walked instead of just kind of rolled across the floor.
I wish I could roll. I don't have a chair.
Oh. Hashtag,
Even I went outside today. I got cereal, strawberries, and whipped cream.
You got more strawberries whipped cream?
I got more strawberries and whipped cream.
I got some the other day. They were delicious.
I really like strawberries and whipped cream. They make me happy.
Let's see. I did have something you might want to talk about this. I have something I want to talk about.
What you got?
So, I'm gonna put it up as a little screen share thing here.
Because we can do that here.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I know, does it look good? Is that good? Looks good. All right. So I'm going to focus on that. So y'all can see that in the chat and stuff like that. This tweet has me a little annoyed. For those of you who don't know, Final Fantasy VII Remake came out not too long ago. And this person is making commentary about one of the characters in the game, Aerith. She goes, okay, she, he, they, whatever, I don't know, pronouns. It says, okay, let me get this straight. Aerith in the Final Fantasy VII Remake is sarcastic, cracks dad jokes, constantly thinks about food, wears a choker. Y'all, I legit think Aerith is trans.
Oh,
Sarcastic dad jokes, thinks about food.
Hold on. We're gonna get there.
See, up until this point, I was just thinking, is Aerith British?
Sarcastic dad jokes, constantly thinks about food, and wears a choker. And then the other response to that was like, holy fuck. Also, she is one of a very small minority of characters that have been straight up murked in RPGs, which on the meta contextual level puts her in line with the high death rate by violent men that trans women have. This is wonderful. I'm really glad we get to claim her.
What?
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, you heard that correctly. I
feel like I'm lost here. Like I missed something.
I missed something too.
What part did you miss? Go ahead. What part are you not understanding? Because I probably won't be able to explain it.
I think I mean I understand what they're saying. I don't understand why they're saying it.
Like, why is that relevant?
How does that become a trans thing?
Uh-huh. I'm right there with you.
I mean, I'm sarcastic. I've been known to crack very bad dad jokes.
It's just one of those things. So let me get this straight.
I'm constantly thinking about food, and I wear chokers like all the time.
Congratulations, Tally. You're trans.
Yeah, apparently, according to these dumbasses, apparently so.
So my thing of it is if it's not, it's saying that in order to be a woman, or in order to be trans or a woman, trans woman, you have to actually make an effort to be feminine and female. If you're saying that that's transphobic, why is this any less transphobic to say that this is... Do you get what I'm saying? To say that these criteria make her trans, like this is the only criteria to be trans.
Okay, so according to these people, I'm trans.
Right. It's just such a silly argument, and I'm just kind of head desk about it. I don't even...
Yes, head desk because facepalm is not enough.
Now, do you think this is something they really believe, or they're just trying to claim a popular character?
Both.
I'm trying to work out like what the fuck they were talking about with that second one. I want you to read it to me again, but I want you to read it to me like I'm an invalid.
Okay, I'll read it slower. Holy fuck. Also, she is one of a very small minority of characters that have been straight up murked in RPGs, murdered. Which on a meta-contextual level puts her in line with a high death rate by violent men that trans women have. This is wonderful. I'm really glad we get to claim her. Now, for those of you who don't know, spoilers for Final Fantasy VII, look out. It's not like the game's been out for forever. At some point during the second disc of the game, Sephiroth just straight up murders Aerith. You lose track of her. She goes off somewhere. And when you finally catch up to her, you're literally like she's up a hill or something. And you're looking up at her and she's like, there you are. And she turns around and smiles at you. And he just comes out of nowhere, lands behind her, and shoves his sword right through her back. It goes completely through her and pins her to the ground right in front of you. It was, for the longest time, considered one of the most powerfully, emotional moments because you watched this beloved character die right in front of you. They're trying to say that because she gets murdered by Sephiroth, it equates to trans people getting murdered by, quote, violent men.
Do trans women get murdered at higher rates than anyone else?
The murder rate is, like not really
Because
much higher than anybody else.
I know a lot of people say about like I've known quite a few people to say about the death rates of like the murder rates of black trans women. And
Right.
It's just like, well, they tend to live in very violent areas,
Well,
and black trans women make up a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a minority.
Well, there's two arguments there. Is that one, black people die at a higher rate than others because they tend to live in poorer communities as well.
With a lot of violent crimes and
exactly.
These people, they don't have any gun discipline or anything like that.
But there's also the point of, because
they will hold they'll hold their gun sideways and just spray and hope they hit their target.
Well,
so a lot of innocent bystanders end up getting killed.
Right, but that's just gangbangers in general, not just necessarily, But
they have no idea how to shoot.
The second point of that is that because you have someone who is such a minority, who's black and who is trans, when one of them dies, that is a big percentage of that population, that a lot bigger than if a normal, like a cis white male, who there's 50% of the country is that, if
not quite.
Well, yeah, roughly. I mean, I say 50%, I'm giving there's a much larger population when you compare the two. Because this one person over here is such a small minority, one of them dies to a violent crime, that is a huge percentage that gets knocked off, rather than if a white guy over here dies. Because
if a white guy over here dies, it's like it's a fraction of 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 a percentage of the population.
Right.
Whereas a black trans woman dies, that's like
right. So it's a lot easier to show how those numbers can look bigger.
That's like 0.5% of the population.
And be an issue, but when you have such a small population to begin with, it's kind of hard to equate the two and say that, so they die at such a much higher rate or anything like that. That said, I find this argument just completely and utterly ridiculous, especially the part about thinks about food all the time. Bitch called me fat. I'm not fat.
Well, unless you're anorexic, most people think about food all the time.
Right.
Food is awesome. In fact, I've got brownies and I really want to eat.
I like brownies. No,
Yeah, I have. I've only got 3 left.
We've seen this. Oh, sorry. We've seen this kind of thing with characters before, where some group will be like, no, look, they're obviously black, they're obviously trans, they're obviously whatever. It's dumb. It is. But I see what
Sorry, go on.
I see what they're going for. I see them wanting to find some kind of relation. But why does it always have to be a sad character?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's never like it's either a dead character, and that's what it usually is, or maybe they'll make it the central character, whoever. But it's never like just some side character that nobody really gives a shit about.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a thing to me. Like I was telling somebody in Discord about it earlier. I forget exactly what I said off the top of my head. I said somebody was asking, somebody said they're desperate for trans characters, and I was like, there are trans characters, they just don't like to acknowledge them because they're not impressed enough. And somebody replied and said, how do they own cis characters if they're having their own trans characters instead of claiming non-trans characters? I said there's also that. They want everyone to be trans.
I really don't understand the concept of someone has to be like me for me to have them as a role model or for me to idolize them.
I will say that it is nice sometimes, especially when I see someone in media who is, for example, being left-handed. I'm a small percentage of the population in that regard. So when I see a video game character like Link, for example, who is left-handed, I get excited because it's like, oh, that's cool. I've never seen anybody really do that. But it's not something I
Well,
have
that's
to identify with a character.
no, but you think it's cool because it's something different. Because most people just instinctively make their characters right-handed.
Right, because the majority of the population is.
Whereas what you're talking about there is just someone doing something that's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And it is cool when they do something a little different. But I don't understand this person has to be just like me for me to identify with them.
Right, and that's the thing is that I can identify with Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series. You know, I can identify with him even though he's a masculine white male. You know, and I don't really identify with that much at all. But I can identify with his experiences and what he goes through and the you know.
But your experience, your coming to that because you are more thinking about what he is and what he's going through rather than who he is and what he's going through rather than what he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there have been quite a few black characters and it's just like, you know what? I really identify with this character. I like this character. I feel them on a spiritual level.
Mm-hmm.
And but they look nothing like me.
Well, the argument that's made in that regard is that you don't have to. They don't have to look like you because everybody looks like you.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. I mean, it's cool if for me, my name is Frank, and growing up as Frank, that's not the coolest name. And then the Punisher became really big when I was a kid. And suddenly you have this big badass named Frank. Like, ha, bitches. But it's a very superficial kind of thing.
I really identify with the Punisher because he got to where he is by going through a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And I feel that. But
yeah, but what I'm talking about there's on a very superficial
zero attributes.
Just on a superficial level, though, I did respond to the character just because of the name. So I get it. I just don't think it needs to be that big of a thing. That didn't mean I didn't respond to any other characters or that he had to be named that. It just worked out well for me that he did.
I do find it amusing that the only people that are identifying with characters like Captain Marvel and Ray, they seem to be very angry, nasty people, but they have zero personality. Their entire personality is angry and respect my authority. That seems to be their entire personality, and they respond positively and identify with these awful characters. But everyone else is just like there's zero acting going on.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even trying. But we've had this conversation before about how Brie Larson can be a very good actress. Like in Room, she was incredible.
In what?
Room.
As in the room?
Movie, Room.
Not the room.
Oh.
Just Room.
I was gonna say, did Tommy Wiseau have her on in his movie, The Room? Because
no, not The Room, just Room.
Well, I know that now. I'm just like, oh, I've never heard of it.
She won all kinds of awards for that movie, and she was incredible in it.
But
then because she got all of these awards, and then she went, you know what? I'm the greatest actor ever because I've got all these awards to show for it. So now I'm not even going to bother trying.
Yeah. I mean, like Mustafa in chat says, the video game character I've identified with most was a Japanese delinquent kid. And Race goes, I identify with James Sunderland, but I've never smothered bitches with a pillow. Right, but there are aspects of it that don't have to be exactly like you for you to identify with them. there are other
Right.
aspects you can identify within that character. Just like for you, Monkey, you identified with Punisher's name being the same as yours, but Tally, on the other hand, identified with the fact that he went through a lot of pain to get to where he was, it forged him and made him stronger and made him the hero he becomes. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Scarecrow from the Batman villain, the Scarecrow. I love that villain.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I love that villain is because, like, he was scared of everything. And in order to cure himself of this fear, he became the source of fear for everyone, not just bad guys like Batman did. And he used fear toxin, and so now he lives in a world of like nightmarish stuff because he's got a lot of fear toxin within him, and he uses that to make himself stronger, and I love that. And I kind of, it's like, yeah, the world's a dark, horrible, gritty place, and I see it.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you don't need to identify with him so much that you start going on killing sprees and robbing banks and
Right.
killing
And injecting people with a serum of
toxins. Yeah,
homemade fear toxins.
yeah. That's part of the part of relating to someone without necessarily becoming who they are. The same. I mean,
Yeah.
it
Again, it's about like where that source of pain and anguish comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very troubled soul.
Hmm.
Holy shit, all of the characters I identify with are like deeply troubled, and it's quite concerning. Holy shit.
Tally is having an epiphany on stream here.
Oh god. I am a very troubled soul. I'm not liking this.
So Lion Patriot in chat, I need you to go back where Tally says, "I am a deeply troubled soul," and screenshot that look that she had, where she's got the glass in her hand like this, and is just looking up. And then realizing this, coming to this epiphany at that moment, I need you to screenshot that for me, because that was great.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm just crying inside because, like, why did I come to this realization? No wonder I wear so much black. Oh my god, I am just reflecting outwards what I feel inside. Oh my god, no. Oh.
Alrighty then.
So, Tally's having a mental breakdown on stream.
I am screaming and crying inside, but I am trying to maintain my composure. I feel like I need to buy shoes. Shoes make everything better.
Toledo Constantine, ladies and gentlemen.
Retail therapy works.
Oh my goodness.
I don't care what anyone says. Retail therapy works, especially when it's shoes.
So Hikaru was saying in chat was he also said that it's kind of like this is like when the whole Barrett is a racist depiction of black people because he has a gun for an arm. Yeah, apparently Kotaku and Reset Era did 2 articles on Barrett being a racist character, and Reset Era was banning anyone that disagreed with them.
Who's Barrett?
Barrett's also from Final Fantasy VII. He's a big, kind of looks like if Pat was, if you took Pat and put a gun, gave him made his right hand a gun.
That is
Oh.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think I know what character you're talking about. I watched my son play a little bit. I haven't played, but yeah.
So hang on, it's a big beefy black man, but instead of a hand, it's a gun. I'm liking the I like the sound of this. That sounds awesome.
Was he black?
Yeah.
Apparently he was black.
Huh. And so it's stereotypical to give him a gun for an arm in an RPG.
Hang on, I'll show you. Bloop, bloop,
I can't see.
bloop. But I can DM it to you if that would work too. Yeah, that's Barrett for those who don't know.
The minigun.
Yeah, he's got a fucking minigun for an arm. He lost his arm in I forget exactly what happened. It was a war, I think. But he just said fuck it and put a minigun on there, and he's just a fucking badass.
So why is that a racist depiction?
Because he's black and they attached a gun to his arm and it's racist.
Oh, right, because these people, as far as these people are concerned, black people are subhuman and they are incapable of controlling themselves.
Wow, I didn't say that, but
No, but that's the way these people think. See, now, I don't think that. I think these people, you force them to be civilized, they will act civilized. Whereas these bleeding heart white liberals, they believe black people are inferior, and because of that, they need extra help, and they can't act like reasonable, civilized human beings. And I disagree with that assessment.
yeah, I think everybody is, pretty much the same in that regard. But that's the thing, is that their argument is that because he is depicted in this way, that the people who created him this way are racist for envisioning a black man in that way.
Which is kind of stupid.
It really is.
I think if you tried hard
Pat agrees
enough,
with
you
me.
could.
Pat agrees with me.
I think if you tried, you could take any character and link them to any group you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Especially using some of the. I mean, that one for fuck. Because where's a choker? Really?
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say there are a lot of trans
the-
girls who do wear chokers because they're trying to cover up like an Adam's apple, but and I'm suddenly very, very self-conscious right now. But
But they didn't. It's not like they were even the first ones to wear them.
Mm-hmm. There are plenty of cisgendered women who wear chokers because chokers are just cute.
I like them, yeah.
I have like 12 sitting on my desk here. Tally's gonna get hers out now and show them off. Anyway,
This is my jewelry box.
Monkey can't see, but
Okay, I've got 3 here. I've got this one here, which is kind of like a choker, that's magnetic. I guess you could say this one is sort of like a choker-esque style pearl necklace. And that one. I've got loads of chokers. And this one here. No, that was the bracelet. And that one.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's a necklace style choker. I love my chokers.
But when you're breaking it down to something as simple as what they're wearing, yeah, you could do that with any character.
Mm-hmm. Literally, all you have to do is put it on just because you like wearing it, and suddenly, you're trans, haha.
Darth Vader's actually a goth kid because he wore a lot of black.
Right? I mean, it's silly to make someone identify as something or to claim them as that. It's about like how it is with like the shipping fandoms,
Sure.
Wait, those get a little out of hand sometimes with saying, these characters who've never met have this one thing in common and we'd really like to ship them together even though it's never going to happen in the show or whatever media that they're in.
And they would actually tear each other apart in most cases.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, they are so different. They just have this one thing in common.
Mm-hmm. Cannibalistic Wizard in chat says, I know several Mormon women who wore chokers. Yeah, I mean, like I said, cisgender women do too. I mean, it's not an exclusively trans thing.
They're really cute.
Assassin says, Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine, it was meant to be. I have a feeling that after Resident Evil 5, Chris might have some trust issues with Jill. Just saying. I mean, I know she came out of it, but it might be some issues there. Just saying.
To be fair, she was brainwashed.
She was, but that's beside the point. It still is like a trust issue thing.
She was brainwashed and mind controlled. That's not really her fault. All you've got to do is deprogram.
I feel like a bad guess because I haven't played any of these.
You haven't played Resident Evil?
Oh no, don't worry about it.
I played a little bit of the first one. I played about half of the remaster of the second one, and no, I haven't played any of the others.
Oof, that's disappointing.
I've played a little bit of the Resident Evil games. I haven't. I'm not really big on Resident Evil though.
Blurt's in chat and he says Chris Redfield speed bagged a boulder. He has some splaining to do. She was controlled by a device and brainwashed. I mean, I know, but come on. She knew what she was doing. Uh-oh. Why am I getting buffering here? Okay, never mind. It's fine. And she was blonde. Well, Snow says, I was napping. What did I miss? Everything. You missed everything.
Yes, everything.
You missed Tally and Monkey talking about kids. We just were very transphobic and said horrible things about trans people. Like, they can't just claim
we're
Eris.
racist. And apparently we're racist because we think black people are able to be civilized human beings.
Yeah, have autonomy and isn't necessarily a racist depiction just because you put a gun on a black man's arm. You know, it's a silly argument, but hey.
Yeah.
Could be worse. I got tired of seeing Dante X Trish shippings. No, I actually understand that one. I know they weren't actually a thing, but there was a lot of flirtation that went on between the two of them, so I could actually kind of understand those shippings. If you played the Devil May Cry games.
I mean, a lot of these shippings, it's kind of like shipping Rain from Blood Rain and Blade just because they both have vampires.
Yeah, racist. We've established making black men look cool is racist. Apparently.
And true.
She knew she just couldn't control herself from doing it. Yeah, and Pat's apparently very, very offended by my assessment of Jill right now, so... Yeezus says, if anyone asks, I was here the whole time. That's not true, Yeezus, and you know it. That's just not true.
Don't suck up.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, sometimes I like a suck up. They make me feel good about myself. Just like, you know what? You're a little bit pathetic. I feel good about myself.
No.
Don't encourage that behavior. How dare you?
No, Tally. It's a suck off that you like.
Yeah. My bad. Yeah. I'm sorry that I got the words wrong. I mixed up the word.
Cara says, yeah, but I wouldn't be trying to flirt with someone that looks exactly like my mother. Fair. Like, I can give you that.
Wait, who looks like his mother?
Trish was designed specifically to look like Dante's mother in Devil May Cry to get his attention. She was specially created to lure him into a trap.
Because he thought it was his mother.
Not because he thought it was his mother, but because she looked like his mother. She never claimed to be his mother, but because she looked like her. The demon that created her knew that Dante would take the job and would go and investigate and help her out because it looked like his mother.
In saying that, if I met someone that looked exactly like my mother, they would intrigue me, but my mum's a dick, so...
Well, you didn't like your mother. Dante liked his mother, so... His mother his mother died, so he didn't have a way to see her anymore. And, yeah. So... But... There was something else that was said I was going to comment on, but I forgot what it was. Oh, well.
I don't know.
I missed it, so... Because I can't read chat.
Can't
Chat
read
has
chat.
a chance to say whatever you want to say.
Say whatever you want to say about Monkey. He's kind of let himself go, if you can't tell. Look at him.
He's just a big square with a monkey face.
just like real life.
Oh my god, I feel mean. I feel so mean.
Yeah, Monkey, like I said, Monkey just got comfortable in Discord and he just kind of spread out, you know.
I mean, I did that. Yeah, I do that. Just get comfortable and just be like, ugh.
Come on, everybody, just get comfortable, spread out, just lay down, have a drink,
Yep.
sit back, relax, enjoy the show. BG says Monkey can't read chat. Middle finger monkey grin.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh my god, those screenshots, Lion. No. My pain. The pain.
What? I don't want to see.
No. I just looked.
Okay, I will say this. I'm not digging the new quality for the low latency. I did the lower latency in order to get a better... Yeah, it only goes up to 360 in quality. I'm not digging that. We may have to go back to normal latency, kids. Just because it's kind of bugging me. I just can't stand the video quality of it.
No, that bad?
Yeah, it's a little great. It only goes up to 360p for low latency. I'm like, that's not good.
I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, I'm talking about what I did different with the stream this time to try to make chat interaction a little more close to real time, but Ryan just says you can't read, period. So, Monkey.
Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not right, but
I can't read.
No, you can't. But neither can I. So, or speak. I told somebody today. I said I speak 2 languages. It's English and Bad English, and I'm more fluent in Bad English. So, Tally's like, I identify with that.
Yeah, I've one-upped you. I also speak sarcastic.
Yeah, true. Sarcasm.
Yeah.
Pretty fluent in that one
yeah.
too.
I'm very fluent in sarcasm.
Line says we must have HD Tally bosom. I'm sorry. I can't fix it now.
I feel like I need to tell the chat this because
Go ahead.
I was doing makeup and I had the contour brush out and I was contouring the boob edge. And Eve decides to go, hello everyone, and welcome to S&M. And I was like, wait, what? We're live? And I was mid contouring of boob edge.
I'm still weirded out by contouring boobs. They're contoured.
Contouring of the boobage. I just love hearing her say boobage with her accent.
Boobage.
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 Boobage. Mm-hmm.
It's not boobs, it's boobage. It's the breastage.
It's the light. It makes me look flat-chested, and I don't like it, so I had to do some contouring.
Makes you look flat-chested, my ass.
Why don't you get just like a rolling pin or something to stick under them?
Just like kind of.
I actually don't have a rolling pin. I need to get a rolling pin.
Why don't you have a rolling pin?
I broke it.
On a garden gnome?
No, it was really old and it just started falling apart.
I took a guess.
Old Guy Gamer says, afternoon, Miss Eve, Mr. Monkey, and Miss Not Jack. No, that's not Jack. That's Tally.
What?
That's Tally.
Hi.
Tally, if you can see it now when I've got the thing up here. Talita, breaker of PPs.
Yep.
You want to tell Monkey
of
that story?
EPs? You broke somebody's dick?
She said yes. She's nodding yes.
Yes, I did. I broke someone's dick. It couldn't have been that bad because after it healed, he came back for more.
Wow.
He dropped me. It was not my fault. It was his fault. He dropped me.
Well, I move my hair and everybody's going nuts over my tits. Or Kefki is anyway. Damn, that top looking sexy. Thank you. Just kind of, you know. Nakara says there's nothing in the world that can make Tally look flat-chested. No, there's not. Some guys like pain. This was not just pain, BG. This was
My
something
best friends
else.
can make me look flat-chested.
I would agree.
Just because her boobs are so big, I can wear her bra as a hat.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, we still need to talk with her because she was kind of tentatively supposed to wanting to be on when I asked her for next week because her birthday is next week. So
Yes, her birthday is next week.
Mhm.
She's
I
gonna
think-
be 22.
I figure we'll just have her over there at your house and you guys can stream together from your house. Because I don't think she has a way to do it from her own.
She's gonna be either 22 or 23.
Jesus, is she that young?
Yes, she is young.
She's just a baby. A baby.
She is just a baby. She's just a baby.
BG says I need to make you excited so you'll bounce up and down again. I'm just kind of.
Yeah.
You're just like, no, I don't wanna.
Do it. Go on. Do it.
Make Tally excited.
Wine works.
Wine works.
Wine does work.
I will buy you a bottle of wine after this. How about that?
There you go.
Please.
I'll PayPal you the money for you to go buy a bottle of wine. How about that? There you go. That made her excited. Look at that smile.
Wine makes me feel not so dead inside.
Not so dead inside.
So sad.
She laughs because she makes jokes because if she doesn't, she'll be depressed about it. So just make jokes,
It's called
laugh.
gallows humor, and it's a very good way of coping.
Well, I'm a fan of gallows humor, but wow.
I am not. I'm not really that gloomy. I promise.
I'm not gonna comment, PG, on that statement that you said because that will get Tally started. So I'm just gonna look over that one. Are you reading chat?
I'm trying to figure out. Oh.
We were talking about the dick breaking, and he
Oh.
says most guys aren't that extreme, but some things like knife play, you can't bleeding it isn't fun. Wait, what? Knife play isn't fun, is what you're saying?
I disagree.
Moving on. Oh my goodness. So we're only at an hour. So does anybody in chat have like any questions? You know, like we have a fairly small crowd here compared to what
Yeah, we
Monkey streams
do.
are like. So if you actually want to ask Monkey a question, we'll read it out to him.
Yeah.
Wait.
Monkey, do you contour your balls?
I know. I'm going to start though. Now that I've heard of this contouring thing.
This is a new market you could break into. You could sell monkey ball contouring powder.
Oh, see, I want my own palette. I do.
You know what? Go for powders. Powders are the best.
Mm-hmm.
Monkey powder.
I do love my contouring powders.
Oh, BG says if
They
you
are.
aren't bleeding, it isn't fun. My bad. No comment.
I'm just not into any kind of hurting.
What about doing the hurting?
Mm-mm.
You
I'm just there for fun.
You telling me you wouldn't choke a bitch out?
No.
Mm.
One, I'd be afraid, you go too far and you end up in the news that way. So
That's true.
You got to be careful. Be careful choking a bitch out. That's what you need to learn from here today.
Well, you're not actually supposed to like press down on the front here. You're supposed to like
Well, what fun is
grip
it if she doesn't turn
side.
blue?
No, you're supposed to grip the sides.
I want a
because that-
Smurf fuck, damn it.
God.
If you choke a Smurf, what color does it go?
I haven't tried yet.
Black. Like their skin just drains of all life, and or the blood would just pull up. I guess that I don't know. I don't know. Because it would go from
it
blue
does the
to
opposite.
purple.
It just turns white. They turn into little white people.
Turn white. I suppose it depends on what color Smurf blood is.
Yeah, I suppose so. Because the thing about people is we're pink. You choke us, we go purple, and then we go blue if you go too far. Whereas Smurfs are already blue. So, do they like go the opposite direction and go like purple and then pink?
That's my guess.
Keffi says,
Maybe?
Keffi's quoting you now. Be careful choking a bitch out. Ranting Monkey 2020.
It's just fact. I mean, that's science.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree. Midgie says, not my thing, but as long as no one is permanently injured or dead, go to town. What you do with your partner and agree to do isn't anyone else's business. Agreed.
Hey, what 2 or more consenting adults do to each other is you do you, fam.
Mm-hmm.
Why 2 or more? Why can't it just be 1?
I mean, you could do things to
Well,
yourself, but
you
that's how
don't-
people end up dying, is those autoerotic asphyxiation
Yeah,
accidents.
but the thing there is, you don't really need consent to do shit to yourself.
I
feel
don't
like you
consent
need
to
some
doing
kind of
this.
If they find you hung dressed as Batman, I feel like there should have been some consent involved.
And I leave a note, a suicide note that says, I did not consent to do this to myself. Arrest me.
I was happy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Are we
Rip.
going to hell? Are we going to hell? Seriously?
Honey, we've already got bus tickets. Mustafa's driving. I mean, it's just there. He's
Yeah.
already said he's going to drive the bus for all of us.
In
so it's
saying
okay.
that, Satan's only there to keep my seat warm.
Assassin says, like, follow, and subscribe to the Queen of Chaos and Tally, the Princess of Mayhem. They discuss things and stuff, and they on the Say No More channel. They are consenting adults.
We only act like we're 12.
Only act like it. Like when we do this.
Oh, are we doing this?
Yes.
We doing this?
Yeah.
What are we doing? I can't see.
The finger touch thingy. You gotta go up some more. Anyway, it's a tradition. We have to do it now.
Yes, we do. We have to act like 12-year-olds and like... Nyeh.
Oh no, BG. He said, "You mean Tally? You mean this isn't hell already? We've been stuck inside for months."
You know what?
Why you gotta be like that?
You know what? It is highly possible that the world did end in January of this year, and this is hell.
Brian says there's no such thing as an autoerotic asphyxiation accident. If you climax, it was a success and on purpose.
Yeah, but if it doesn't stop,
Yeah, you kind of may need to check your priorities there if that's the
you
case.
failed. You got a little too excited. It happens.
Oh,
Think about
sorry.
baseball.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, I will do some crazy shit to myself, but no. I don't fancy dying.
I'm just not into any of the mean sports stuff. I mean, I'm with y'all. If it's what you like, knock yourself out. But yeah, it's not for me. I'm pretty vanilla.
Mm.
Let's get naked. Let's get a little sweaty and have some fun.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. And why is there so much static in my ear? You knew headphones again. Damn it.
It's not me. I didn't
No,
do
no,
it.
it's static on my end. It's just started. Earlier today when I was on my stream, it started. It's starting to piss me off.
Yeah, I noticed it when you first started streaming earlier. I heard a little bit of a crackling at first in your mic.
Yeah, some people told me my mic actually cut out or went weird for a while, and I don't know what the hell's up with it. But it's gonna piss me off because I don't like shit going weird. Just work. That's all I want.
Assassin's right. Tally, the Princess of Mayhem, will do anything, but she won't do that.
Wait, which one?
Assassin.
Which one won't you do?
That.
What's that?
And I will do anything for love.
Copyright strike.
They cannot copyright strike my voice.
They certainly can if they match
Well-
the song. So
Well, if they could, covers wouldn't be a thing.
racist monkey doesn't want to paint the town red. He wants to paint the thighs white.
That's right.
Why not both?
I'm sure Monkey is a bit like, you know what? I'm okay with this. If he's going to town on a woman and he ends up leaving like little fingerprint bruises on the thighs, I'm sure he's okay with that.
If it's accidental, sure.
What if she likes being spanked, monkey? You gonna spank a bitch?
Oh, sure, I'll do that. I don't. It's just not like something that I'm gonna go like, hey, I'm gonna smack your ass now.
Sure.
You need to let me know that's what you want, because otherwise you ain't getting that ass slapped. You know why? Because I'm not into. I have an aversion to spanking. I was beat a lot as a child, not beat, spanked properly, on purpose, and I deserved it. But it has made it so I'm like, spanking, nothing sexual about that. Mom used to do that to me.
See, now my parents didn't spank me.
Maybe that's your problem.
Yeah, I was never spanked. I wasn't spanked enough as a child.
So now you get it as an adult.
Yep.
You're
You're not even wrong. You're not even wrong.
Not even wrong. I don't know. It's never been one of those things. It's always been one of those things like when my ex used to smack me on the ass and I'd just be like, it was never something I was like super excited about, but I also didn't hate it either. And it was just like, And I had some bad experiences with spankings.
See, I don't understand the whole thing where some people are like, there are women that are turned on by a guy dressed as Santa. And I just don't get it. But I think that's because my dad used to dress up as Santa every Christmas.
Oddly enough, I feel like that's something Monkey would do.
What, dress up as Santa?
Mm-hmm.
In which way?
But the sexy times.
I would, but I'm not a big dress up person either. I told you, I'm very vanilla. When it comes to sex, here's what I want. I want her to be naked. I want me to be naked. I want tab A to go into slot B, and I'm pretty much okay.
Monkey is also a fan of the tonguing groove.
I was gonna say, what if you put tab A into slot A or C? I mean,
those can be fine as long as there's just some tabbing into some slotting. I'm okay. But I don't need anything. I don't need anything more like
No tonguing groove then.
I mean, I can. That's fine to do and fun and all. But if it's just my choice, like all I need is you to hold still for just 30 seconds. I'll be done. Then whatever you want us to do will be fine. But that's all I need. And for about 30 seconds. Look, that's if I'm trying to do it fast. I can slow myself down. But again, if it's for me, I hold still. I'll be done in a second. You'll be fine. You won't even know I was there. I promise.
I mean, you've got a choice. You can either move and it lasts like 30 seconds, or you can not move and it'll last 3 minutes.
Snow says not that he'd turn down a sexy Mrs. Claus. You wouldn't turn down a sexy Mrs. Claus, would you, Monkey?
No, but see, here's the thing again, because we've talked about this on our shows extensively. When it comes to like, no, seriously, extensively. There's hours and hours of this stuff.
Oh, I know.
When it comes to lingerie, I don't care. Take it. I don't need it. That's wrapping on a present. And you know how I feel about wrapping on a present? That is a waste of wrapping paper. I don't need that shit. Just give it to me.
Good trees died for this.
Just give it to me. Just give it to me. I'm like Michael Jordan, but not.
So in reference to the tabs being inserted into slots, BG says, so we need to get Lady Monkey a strap on.
No, because remember, we don't touch the monkey butt. Some of y'all don't listen enough.
BG listens, he just chooses not to. He just chooses to ignore.
I think BG just has a thing for my butt. I think he thinks it's cute, which he's not wrong.
Well, in saying that, Pat did say and touch the monkey butt.
Yes, we don't ever touch the monkey butt. That's against all rules.
Cannibalistic
Would you be
Wizard in
opposed
chat
to
says,
a woman touching the monkey butt, not doing anything to the monkey butt.
No.
Touching the monkey butt.
No.
Cannibalistic Wizard says, why is Santa's sack so big? Because he only comes once a year. God damn it. Snow says, different crowd here, Monk. A little bit, but there's a good chunk of people who watch Monkey Show.
BG's heard it. Don't act like you didn't know.
Yeah, BG knows. BG knows better.
Yep.
BG has made a whole altar to my butt.
Oh.
It's
Twist
true.
the monkey nips.
The monkey nips, I like them being played with. That's fine. I don't like them being destroyed because Lady Monkey has way too much fun with that. But again, I don't need it. If you want to do it, that's fine, but I don't need it. I'm a very efficient person.
Efficient.
Efficient.
As in, what's another word for that, Tally? Boring.
Again, we're talking about if this is for me. I'm happy to accommodate. But
so if
me,
Lady Monkey came home with a whip one time, and it's like, look, we need to spice things up in the bedroom.
Whose ass is getting beat? Hers or mine?
Hey, you know what?
There's
This
two
is
different
funny.
answers there.
So for her birthday, my neighbor was given a whip, and
Oh, no.
her boyfriend is very opposed to it. He's very vanilla, so he's opposed to all this sort of thing. And she actually gave her boyfriend a whip for his birthday, and he like, if it's like out in the bedroom, he like dances around it. Like, if it's lying on the bed, he will avoid the bed.
Wow. No, see, like I said, I'm happy to accommodate. My personal preference is just, we don't need all that shit. Let's just get busy. It's all right.
Cannibalistic Wizard says again, the only one allowed to touch monkey butt is the stairs.
Even it's not allowed to. It takes liberties it's not supposed to.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not kidding when I tell you guys, I don't even like touching my own ass. It's a very sensitive thing. I was beat a lot as a child, you guys.
How does it get clean then?
Oh, I do it. I just don't like to.
Mm.
I wash it and I'm done. I don't play with it. I don't like stroke it. Oh, it's a nice ass. It's a nice ass, but I don't touch it because it's very sensitive.
It's a sensitive backside.
It is.
Relay
You know what? I kind of want Lady Monkey to get a spanker out on Monkey's butt once during stream, just to hear his reaction.
She has spanked me twice on stream, actually.
Really? I
yeah.
missed it. I missed it.
There's a $200 bounty if you want my ass slapped. And twice people have paid that. Like, you guys are insane. And both times Lady Monkey has missed my ass the first time she goes to do it. She hits me in the top, or the lower back, right at the top of the ass.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, that hurts.
It does. That's worse than an actual spanking because holy shit.
Yep.
But yeah, that's out there. There's a couple. There's two of them at least.
Anyway.
Yeah. Welcome to Spanking with Monkey.
Mm-hmm. Does she give him a can of shoe polish with the whip? Because that would bring up questions. What?
Wow, somebody just went dark.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that
Yep.
means. What would you do with the shoe polish?
Go blackface. Yeah, they went there.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Lion says, "What did I do? I don't know. What did I do, Lion? What did I do? I didn't do anything."
Ladies, I'm gonna have to leave here in a few minutes. Dinner's here.
Oh, we usually wrap up about this time. Anyways, we're what, hour and 20 minutes? We usually go about an hour and a half. So.
Okay.
But you just had lunch.
I did, but it's dinner time.
You just had lunch like an hour ago.
Well, I
Look.
did not eat my lunch as you might think I did. I had a pumpkin with me, and when the girls are with me, they tend to eat my lunch.
I was gonna say, you guys wonder why he looks like this now, like when he's not got his
know
camera
what?
positioned
Thinking
properly on
of-
YouTube.
Going back to the subject of kids and
Yeah.
like food.
Mhm.
So we were out with my niece when my niece was like 2, and she, I'm from Cornwall, and food in Cornwall is a pasty. It's kind of like a meat pie,
Mm-hmm.
and so she had a choice, and she decided, like, we went to a bakery and we got a pasty and we got her a cake, and my mum tried to give her the pasty, and it's funny because she's 2. She goes, "No, I don't want pasty. Pasty is shit."
Oh wow,
Oh yeah.
I've seen them. I agree with her.
So they are delicious.
How
Hold
dare
your tongue. How dare you, sir? They are delicious. Well, anyway, so she ate the cake, and about an hour later, she goes, "Nanny, can I have the pasty now?" And my mum goes to her, "I thought you said pasty was shit." And she goes, "It's not shit anymore. There's no cake left."
Comparatively speaking, she's right.
Yeah. At 3, she decided she ate as much as she could, and then she said she was full. She then asked for ice cream, and we said, "I thought you were full." And she goes, "But ice cream melts and fills all the holes." And you know what? She's not even wrong.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there was
When-
one.
She's now 9.
When
you-
both of the girls are here, I get nothing to eat. They always eat with Grandpa, even if they've just eaten. They will come and they eat my food.
Something I do find amusing and a little bit frustrating is if I'm getting food with my son, I have to get exactly the same as him because he will decide he wants mine.
Oh, they usually have the same as me. Because like little but for lunch, usually when it's me and her, I'll make us bologna sandwiches. It's one of her favorites, and I make hers and I make mine, and she eats mine, and then we eat hers.
Yeah, kids they like to pick off your plate.
Yeah, they do. Speaking of pasties, Tally, there was something the guy I was streaming with earlier today said, talking about how much he hates pasties.
No.
Yeah, he hates. He says not even pasties, but specifically Cornish pasties. And I told him I was gonna have to tell on him to you. Of course, he's from down. What did he say he was from? I forget exactly where he's down from, like in the Yorkshire area. So I don't know if that makes.
That's mid to north. England.
He's also one of the
It's
ones
the
that
next
was
county
making.
down. No. Is it?
He was also the ones that were making the joke the other day. How many Northerners does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Go on.
I forget what it was. Oh, she said he's in Burnley. Eve says he's in Burnley. So I don't know exactly where that is. So
Yorkshire.
oh, okay, I was right. I was right. So he said the joke goes, how many Northerners does it take to screw in a light bulb? A drunk one and fuck, I forgot the joke. A drunk one and I don't know. I don't remember the joke. Eve, help me out here. You're the one who screenshotted the joke. I forgot the joke. I'm terrible. So.
We need Eve to come to the. We need Parasite Eve to come to the rescue. Well, Manchester is on the west side of England. Burnley is yeah.
Well, anywho, I think we're at a winding down spot. Did anybody else have any final thoughts for the stream or any final questions in chat? I'll give you just a minute.
I found that I'm truly dead inside, and I have a lot of pain and anguish, and I feel like I need therapy.
You probably do.
I should probably go back to therapy. That, or I should just take up drinking. Whichever works out cheapest.
Something I need to do, what I haven't done already. If for some strange reason you guys don't already know who our guest is and aren't already subscribed to him, I'm putting his link to his channel right here in chat. Ranting Monkey is hilarious. He mostly does live streams now, but he used to do videos way back in the day.
I did enjoy Monkey's videos back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the shitlord era.
That
as
was
Pat calls it.
Monkey. You are one of the reasons I got into streaming to begin with. So,
Oh,
if I've never told you that, yeah, you are. So,
We do need to wind down though, because I need to pee.
yeah. Okay. I'll wrap up. So, thank you so much to everyone in chat for coming out and watching us. Thank you to Monkey for being our guest.
sorry I was so late.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Callie was late too, so.
I was like mid mental breakdown when I joined the chat with Eve, and I was here doing like topping up my makeup because I did it this morning, and I was like having a mental breakdown while doing it.
Yeah. But yes, thank you so much to everyone for coming out. Thank you to Monkey for being our guest. You guys could be doing anything with your time, and you choose to be here with us and hanging out, and we couldn't be more grateful. I guess we will see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
I'm going to do the outro. There's an outro.
Yes.
Lay back, relax, enjoy it all. Saturday night, it's time to say no more. S&M with Tally and KRC. Come pleasure or pain, welcome to the stream.